So you may or may have not seen that I am launching a 6-week program coming up, and it's called Breathe Well, Be Well. It actually launches on June 2nd. And these clients were able to get to these places in their lives because they learn specific breathwork techniques and well-being techniques to support them. So there are 6 pillars poured into Breathe Well, Be Well, the signature program, so that you would get a taste of all of that. And so I have created modules around each of these pillars. And the first one is embracing your well-being with breath work. This is where you would learn how to access your breath to navigate destructive emotions. So today you experience the restorative side of breath work, but you'll learn how to gain awareness to where you feel these destructive lower vibrational emotions in your body. And then you would learn how to connect with your breath in a very specific and intentional way to navigate them so that you're maximizing your tolerance with stress. Another pillar would be creative thinking. There are so many. I mean, I remember before I came to breath work, my mind was always on and the thoughts were not always pleasant. And I definitely wouldn't share those thoughts with anyone because it led to a lot of guilt and shame and just humiliation. Once I realized that I'm not my thoughts and I was able to lovingly detach from my thoughts, I began creative thinking. If you remember back on that chart of emotional frequency, the creative emotions were at the top. So we call them creative. Um, because it leads to creative thinking. So breath can invite some pause and transformation into that destructive mental chatter. Another pillar I incorporate is emotional freedom. So you'll empower yourself by continuing to learn various breathwork techniques that give you the ability to choose your emotion. I will say I am human, and so there are times that I still get caught up in my emotions, but a lot of times now I'm able to observe when these destructive emotions come online, add breath to have some pause, and then choose the emotion I wish to desire. Well-being practices that myself and my clients participate in at the start of our day so that we can align ourselves to receive the emotional freedom we desire. The next pillar I incorporated is intentional living. This is where you would identify, and I would guide you in identifying the unsupportive habits that you participate in that prevent you from living out the life you desire. A lot of these habits stem from our subconscious. We have our conscious awareness and then we have our subconscious. And within that, we are unconscious or unaware of the belief systems and the programs that we grew up with. And some of those programmings and behaviors and thoughts might have served us as a child, but they don't serve us as an adult, but we still operate under them. So module 4 is very, very powerful. All of them are very powerful, but when we bring that into our realization, we're like, wow. Module 5, the pillar there is developing a supportive self-concept. You saw in Pavla's testimony, she's able to have more patience with herself, which she exudes a loving, gentle relationship now with herself. So in this module, you'll gain more clarity on the life you desire to live. And then I will guide you in creating fail-proof aligned action so that you experience your life's vision. And then last but not least is personal empowerment. By module 6, the 6th week, the last week of the program, you are going to be interacting with yourself in a new loving and gentle way. You will have tools to nurture your self relationship so that you experience that self-compassion, that self-awareness, and intentional self-care. So a lot of times when clients come to breathwork, they say, I know this is a self-care practice. And, I know like getting my nails done or getting a massage is a self-care practice. And while that is true, this is also a soul care practice. So this is going to transform your self-confidence, your self-worth, and the beliefs that you have in yourself. So what Breathe Well, Be Well looks like, some of the bonuses you would be receiving in this program are live virtual weekly sessions. So the first hour, there's coaching. That's where you learn all the goodness. That's where you learn how you can begin applying specific tools in your life to receive that transformation you desire. And in that second hour, you're participating in breath work, such as what we did today here on Zoom. Every week will be recorded so that you have that for review and you have lifetime access to that. And that's important because sometimes it's a lot of new information at once. So we can go back and review, but also that's great for flexible schedules. If you can't make one week, you have the recording to access. Every module does come with downloadable resources. You can print these, you can interact with these outside of session so that you can support your transformation. There is a members only Facebook group that only us members will be in so that we can receive that support and that community as we embark on our transformation journey. Um, and then there's a one-on-one coaching session that is included with the program, and you could always access more and schedule more with me outside of it if there are specific things that you don't want to discuss with the group. And you have lifetime access to all of this. The Breathe Well Be Well schedule is on Sundays. As I said, it launches June 2nd. So this would be every Sunday in the afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. And that is Eastern time zone. I'm in Ohio. And like I said, you'll receive recordings if you cannot make one of those. And lastly, I was very intentional about aligning this breathwork session before May 22nd, because after May 22nd, the promo code expires. So if this is something that interests you, this gives you time. If you have further questions and you want to book a discovery call, we can do that. Or if you know this is for me, then enroll and use the code. Get your 15% off now. I also do offer payment plans if that's something that interests you. You can pay $125 every 2 weeks. So that would be only week 4 and week 6. And then there is a cancellation refund policy after if you do that within the 14 days. So the first 14 days there. And so lastly, I just have to give words of encouragement that we must learn to trust that there is a future waiting for us that's beyond what you might be able to believe at this present moment. And that's what your breath can do to you. And hopefully you experience some of that transformation today. So I'll leave this up. Does anybody have any questions about the Breathe Well, Be Well program, or just questions about breath work in general, or anywhere in between? Okay, thank you. And then this QR code, if you did want to scan it, would take you straight to Breathe Well, Be Well. Then it would take you to my website if you wanted to learn more or look into any features of the program.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for your time this evening and breathing. Self-care truly is not selfish, because when we pour into ourselves, we can give with a full cup. So thank you all for breathing love with me today. And I hope to see you in some capacity in the future.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.